Hello class 10. This is computer class. Today we will continue in this video our chapter number 7. In chapter number 7, in my last video I explained you about the wrapper classes. I explained you also that what is the user defined data type and how class is the user defined. I also explained you what is the difference between primitive data type and composite data type. Then I explained you in my last video that what is the use of wrapper classes and why we required the wrapper class. Immense importance of wrapper classes. Then we discussed about the features of wrapper classes. Today we will discuss about some commonly used methods of wrapper classes. So in this, first of all, we will discuss, which is given on your page number 249, method. You know that a wrapper is also the class. So here we will discuss some methods of wrapper classes. First one is method xx dot parse xx, and here we are passing one string argument. XX parse XX means int parse int, long parse long, float parse float, double parse double. And in these all methods, we will pass one argument of a string type. So what is the use of this method? This method will convert a string to the specified numeric data type. That numeric data type means XX can be integer, can be long, can be double, or can be float. Okay, such type of string value we can convert into numeric value. You know that if we will pass any argument within double quotes, it means it is string. You can see here in these methods, I am passing here 45, this long integer, this float value, and this one is decimal value again. But these all are kept within the double quotes. So it is the string, not the integer or long or float or double. So how we can convert? So for this conversion, we will use this method xx parse xx. So in this, first of all, we will discuss about int parse int, where we will pass one string argument. So you know that this will return the value, return the output in integer data type. So we will take one variable of int, that is n1. So int n1, it will return what it will give the output, what it will return by the, what will be returned by this method integer dot parse int. So what string I am passing here? 45. So this is actually the string, but this string value will convert now in integer after using this method. So it will print system.out.println value of n1. It will print its numeric value. 45 is the here string. It will print its numeric value. Next one is long n2. Means here we are using the method long parse long. It will convert this string value into long data type. Okay, so that's why I have taken here this variable n2 of long data type. Now, it after this method long parse long, it will convert this value into long. Okay. So in the same way, float parse float, this wrapper class will convert this string value into float type value. In the same way, next one, this wrapper class double parse double, it will convert this value. This is the string value, but it will convert into double data type. Okay. So these wrapper classes will convert into its corresponding numeric value. It may be int, it may be long, it may be float, it may be double. Now I will run this program. No syntax error. I compiled here, and now I will run this. So you will see these values through main I have done. So I will run also through main. You can see here value of n1 is now simply to 45 integer value. N2 is long value, N3 is float type value, and N4 is double type value. Okay, so in this way, this wrapper class will convert the string value into the numeric value, and these values must be such type of numbers only. If you will pass A, B, C, D in a string, then it cannot convert into the numbers. You know that. Now I will clear this output. Now we will move to next function. I will last day I explained you also the auto boxing and unboxing. What is the process of auto boxing that I explained you in my last video? That auto boxing means uh, conversion of the numeric data type into its object form, means by using the wrapper classes. Auto boxing means converting a primitive data type. That primitive data type can be int, can be double, can be float, can be char. These all will be convert into an object of its wrapper class. This is the auto boxing. Okay, so it means int primitive data type will convert into its wrapper class integer. Okay, char will convert into character. Then double will convert into double, means it's wrapper class double. Okay, primitive data type to its object form in the wrapper class. And unboxing is just opposite of auto boxing. It means it will convert the wrapper class into its primitive data type, means integer object to int, double object to double, character object to char. Like this it will convert in unboxing. So we will see here one program by using auto boxing and one by using unboxing. You can see here the changes. Character ch, this is the character ch. Why I have taken here character ch? Because we are converting it into its wrapper class. Okay, into its wrapper class. And what is the syntax? You know that how we can create the object. First of all, class name, object name equal to new class name. This one you know I that we have already created the object for the class also in our various programs. So we were writing how wrapper class object name of that class equal to new, and then class name. So here we are using which class? Wrapper class. So wrapper class is here character. So we will write here character ch, means this object. It is the object of wrapper class character ch equal to new class name. Class name is here wrapper class character. And then we will pass here the value which character you want to convert into its wrapper class. Okay, so I want to convert this a I want to convert into its wrapper class character. Actually this a is of primitive data type char. So now when we will print this value of ch will print here a, but it will convert into its object form. Okay, it will print a, but actually it will convert into its, here it is converted value into its wrapper class object. In the same way, if I have one wrapper class integer, and this is num, in the num it will store its object form value. Here we are passing int type of value, int value 655. Now this 655 will convert into its integer object, and we will print it. Okay, in unboxing what we will do, just opposite. Here I am taking one primitive data type char and variable ch1. In ch1 it will store the value of ch. What is this ch? Ch is the object type value, object value of object, means, but it will now, this object value will convert into its primitive value. Okay, Here what it was doing, it was converting this char value into its object form. Here it will convert this object value, means wrapper class value, into its primitive type. In the same way, num1 is int data type, primitive data type, and it will store the num is this wrapper class value, but this wrapper class value will now convert into its primitive data type, and now we will print it. Means you will when you will I will execute and you will see the output, you will see the same output in both the cases, but what is the difference? Here it will convert into its wrapper class value, means object form it will convert from primitive data type, and here it will convert from object form to its primitive data type. This is the main difference between auto boxing and unboxing. So now I will execute it. Right click. Now I will run. You can see here this ch is which form? Object form. Num is also in object form, and this ch1 will print this primitive value, uh, and num1 is also print the primitive type of value. Okay, so this is the example of auto boxing, and these two are the examples of unboxing. Okay, so these two programs were based on wrapper classes, auto boxing and unboxing. In our next video, I will explain you about some character wrapper classes. Okay, so you learn these two type of programmings based on the wrapper classes. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you.